I love cooking and eating food, so naturally the dining room is one of my favorite rooms in our house, except during the dreadful school year. The narrowing room made me feel mocked, unable to escape, and unable to prove my own worth. Do not get me wrong, I love school and learning, but asking for school help from my family was impossible. For most of my educational years, I was a child who took hard classes, took school too seriously, and was stressed all the time. Yet when I needed homework help, I expected to be able to rely on my parents or older siblings, who were all adults, and in my mind were supposed to know everything, right? Wrong. I realized once upon a time they would have been able to help me, but with the acceleration of education and the advancement in technology, they did not have the experience. The dining room was no longer my favorite place to be. All of the sudden, everything in that room, the furniture, the pictures on the wall, the lighting, the chairs, and the air all seemed to mock me, and knew that any time I sat down with homework, it was because I was weak and did not understand. The hazy yellow chandelier created a spotlight on my workspace, illuminating and emphasizing my lack of intelligence, seeming to know that I was returning once again for another help session. The shadows from the light bulb swayed, danced along the walls, and made me nauseous sitting in the upright, uncomfortable chair, and made me feel as if I were imprisoned and destined to fail. I remember asking my dad one day for pre-calculus help, and we had been working on a problem for about 45 minutes, but we were getting nowhere. I felt exasperated and deeply frustrated. My father's way of analyzing and explaining things to me was by drawing the problems out with paper and pen. Normally, visual illustrations help me, but in this case, his neat little numbers, equations, and symbols were just foreign doodles, confusing me even more and wasting precious time. I began to despise his pen, and would cringe in annoyance any time he whipped it out and proudly declared, "Here, let me explain it this way," as if it was the magical key to our soon-to-be solution. Eventually, I learned to stop asking for help from him and simply avoided the dining room altogether. If I began to ask for help, I quickly suppressed it. When my dad asked if I needed help, I abruptly told him no. Instead, I cooped up in my room with my cell phone charged, ready for a battle cry for any one of my friends who I thought could help me. In this way, I learned to rely on myself and only ask something if I was truly stumped. It was not until early senior year that it dawned on me that asking my teachers or my family for help was not a sign of weakness or something to be ashamed about. It was an opportunity for growth. I wish I could say it was a simple epiphany that struck me, but it was a multitude of patience, practice, and time with different assignments that have helped me progress from where I was before to where I am now. I have come to know that all these new realizations, though they are recent, are nothing to be embarrassed of since they are all a natural part of the educational process and learning cycle.